Well, hell, this is one of my boxes, and he's got a good connector on it. He listens well. This is one that I built. This is an X-Force cabinet, and we had to do a lot of extensive work on the inside of this box. It's got my fans. We went ahead and hogged out the holes. Come on, there we go. There we go. Hogged out the holes for the fans so we could maximize on our airflow. And this poor box, this guy loves it. But he went through the drive-thru the other day and he changed out antennas. He went from like a 5-foot antenna to a 6-foot antenna. And he goes to the drive-thru and he comes to a stop in the drive-thru. And the tip of the antenna is laying against their phone wire going into this restaurant. And he fires down, and as he put it, he goes, "Have you ever seen one of those rice burners do a burnout? All the smoke and shit and stuff?" Yeah, I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, that's kind of what happened with this box." He goes, "There was smoke and fire and shit and everything." He goes, "I think it might have burned up their computers too, because when I pulled up to the window, they said, 'What do you want? We've lost our computer here.'" So, very long story short, this is a 16-pill Toshiba box. And as far as I can tell, there's one section in here that isn't effed up in one way or another. This one's burnt, like mega burnt. Mega burnt. The combiner is seen way better days. And I told him, I said, "Well, this is going to be a little bit of money to fix, but we'll take care of it." This is the only 16 pill I've ever biased. And when I built this, I said, "Listen, will not take responsibility if this thing is unstable and blows up." Well, this is a couple years ago, and he talks on this like every day. And he blew it up himself going through a drive-thru. Poor fella. Anyhow, over here it's got 6 out of the 8 transistors are blown, and over here there's just 1 or 2 that are popped. So I've basically got to go through and strip this whole side of the box and strip this front corner, and we got a lot of burned up resistors, but everything is fixable. So now that you guys know what's going on, I'm going to go in here, I'm going to pull this apart, and I will be back with the total number of transistors that we have that are dead. Well, brother man, I got to give you credit. You did it good. So you managed to blow every other pill, except for down here, you popped both of these. So you blew, there was 3 good down this entire side. I had to pull them all out because I wanted to beta gain match them. And they're all sitting over here. Let's untangle our test leads here. But what blows my mind is how high the gain is on the transistors here. Fitted 2 HFE. So I wanted to check all of these because usually when you have every other one go down like that, pop, 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 every once in a while you'll take, like what happened up here in the front, you'll take out another one. This side, you only pop this transistor, and I'm going to pull this one out so I can beta gain match one that's got to go back in that hole. But yeah, I'm going to slap this side together, get this all back up and running, get our balancing resistors put in place, pull this one, beta gain match, put one in this hole. We've already got all the 10 ohms removed, and then I'll rebuild the combiner here in the back. So give me a hot minute, we shall return. Well, here we go. Okay. So we got the whole thing put back together. Everything that's burnt has been replaced. I didn't have to retune nothing. And brother, when you get this amp back, you're going to want to look down here, because this transistor here is really cool. It's old school cursive transistor, but its partner had a gain of 41, and the only transistor I had that had an exact gain match of 41 was a cursive, old school cursive one. Doesn't make any difference. They're all Toshiba. Toshiba is Toshiba. It's not like the problems you run into the HGs where they're all over the friggin' place. Okay, so we're on 5,000 watt peak power here, 1,000 watt in average there, and a 5 watt slug in reverse back from the Bird 10,000 watt dummy load. And then up here, we're using a 5 watt slug in reverse between the radio and then the bench 4-pill, which we have off at the moment, feeding the 16-pill. Okay. So let's show you what I'm going to put into it for drive for our first test. Now we're going to start out down on 1X. Okay. This is now we have it reading as 1,000 watts. So 100 is a 1,000. 25 watts of input power. We'll turn on the auto key function. Audio. Audio. This is the only box I ever built with bias on it. And this box really runs. Okay. Let's show you what the input tune is up here. All right. So now we're going to bypass the 16 pill, zoom it out so you guys can see my hands moving around. This thing has a manual key, and I did that because he wanted to use this thing a lot on sideband. Just crazy talk in my opinion, but it's how it's been running for years. So I've got a PTT, which stands for push to talk, and that's what this RCA jack is here on the back. And then down is auto key. So all I got to do to bypass the automatic key system, I don't have to turn the box off or nothing. I flip this up to push to talk. Doesn't do anything now. So we'll turn on the driver. Hello, audio, audio. Hello, audio. Now because this box is biased, we don't want to hit it stupid hard, and you're going to see why. Look at this. Hello, 1, 2. So we have the bench 2950, which does 25 watts, hitting the bench 4-pill, amp number 1391, which does about 600 watts. Now we're going to go down to 5X. So now we're reading at middle scale. Okay. I have RF getting in the microphone here, so hello. With 600 watts of drive, we're making 4,400 to 4,500 watts worth of power. Hello. Now remember what I told you guys. You cannot accurately read the bird meter unless you're straight on the son of a bitch. Okay? So let's put you straight on the son of a bitch. And let's get in here close. If you were to hit this with the full 1,000 watts, it would do closer to 5,000 watts. Easy. Hello. Making 4,200, 4,300 watts worth of power. The guy says on his LP 100A that he uses, or maybe he's got a 500, I can't remember. According to their meter scale, it's doing like 4,800, almost 5,000 with his setup that he has in his truck. So it's all back in one piece. It's completely functional. Now what I'm not going to bother showing on video is I'm going to take this outside to the washing bench, and I'm going to wash all the flux and the shmoo and everything. I'm going to wash this off, dry it, and then I'm going to come back and re-clear all the parts that I just changed out. And I'm going to put the tin on it, and it's going to come home. So on that note, I want to say, gentlemen, thank you. I just had a guy point out to me on the phone that he was having a real tough time trying to find my phone number, and I'm like, it's right there. Very kind, very polite, very tender man, and I very impressed with him. Nice guy. It's a shame I don't have anything that he's looking for, but he wanted to try and reach out, and hey, it is what it is. On that note, I'm going to move along. Let's say thanks, gentlemen. Big thanks to MechMan. Big thanks to Siglet. Big thanks to Excess Power. Big thanks to all of you, the YouTube viewers, and mega props to my Patreons. I thank you guys. I appreciate every single one of you all. On that note, I'm going to run. I'll see you on to the next one. Click, click.